So good morning everyone, it is Mitchell aka The Walker and Orlando, and welcome to another resort tour. This resort tour we're going to be doing Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort, a Disney Vacation Club resort here in South Carolina. Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort was built in March 1st, 1996. And so just recently just celebrated its birthday of being 27 years old. Pretty much what a vacation club resort is. Vacation club resort is like it's just as it is. It's a timeshare program. And so if you are part of the Disney Vacation Club, you can book this resort. You can actually buy into this resort. You get your points and everything. In relations to how far is it from, like, for us, Orlando in Florida, it is about 5 hours away if you drove straight through, about 6 hours if you make stops. So it's all the way up here at Hilton Head Island in South Carolina. Very popular tourist destination during the summer. So as you can see, I'm currently walking across a bridge right now. You start out with this bridge, you come across this bridge, and you go up to the entrance right here. What's pretty cool is that there is a marina right here that you can actually, I think you can rent bikes and boats and stuff like that, or do your excursions on. Just right here, there's a Tiki & Co. boat, there's a Native Sons Adventure, which apparently was seen on ESPN, so I'm going to have to look that up. But this is kind of what you get. Now, when you first look across, you really can't see the resort very well because of all the tree lines and everything, how it really covers it all. So that is really, it's a really cool resort, and one of the more hidden resorts. So we're gonna come up across the bridge, and as you see, Disney's Hilton Head Island Resort, private, no pets allowed, because it's not a pets-friendly resort. So, give you some waypoint. We started down there. The sign is down on the left, and you come across this bridge. Which one is, there used to be like probably pamphlets right here for the Disney Vacation Club and everything else. But then you turn around and here's kind of the entry point into the resort. Off to the left, you've got this shuttle right here and continuous shuttle service. Maybe what that is? That's actually a shuttle service that takes you to and from the beach house. Because so when you come here, if say you get dropped off, you actually don't need to have a car to function. You can actually just take this shuttle service, which runs continuously from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. all day long. So it's pretty nice. It's a nice little feature to have, and especially because usually it's usually just one bus, and it's only like 10-15 minute drive. It's really nice. So you can see here's your seating area and everything else. And it's always 10 to 5. Always 10 to 5. And I also love the fact that they have made it into the runaway railway wrap. So we continue walking on up. And as we walk up, you're going to find here's a parking lot. And this takes you to our first major point. This is going to be the Live Oak Lodge, aka the lobby, check-in, front desk, all that stuff right here. This building and the building to the left, these buildings are going to have your deluxe studios. Now, deluxe studio, all it means, it's a normal room. So it's going to be 2 queen beds, usually a couch and all that stuff. That's what's going to be in here. And this is the only handicap accessible room that you can get, because this is the only building that has an elevator outside of the what do you call it, the beach house. So if you need accessible rooms, this is going to be this building and the building to the left. These are going to be the buildings you're going to be in, because they do have that elevator, which is right there. So just walking up, this is what I mean. Like, there used to be a little dog house that used to be right here next to Mickey. And it's kind of funny, so you can kind of actually see the outline in the grass a little bit. But yes, so this is a major photo spot everyone takes, because you can be right next to Mickey and everything and all that stuff. Underneath, and what you'll find is that every one of these buildings sits up a little bit higher, purely because of the fact that being in a hurricane state, you want to be up higher so that if you ever flood, water can go right underneath and not damage your rooms or anything. And yes, you think, oh, that would just destroy the structural stuff, and that really doesn't. Oh, almost got attacked by a bird. And so, kind of give you an idea what I mean by that, we're going to quickly go underneath to show you what the parking lot looks like. Like I said, you come over here, there's 2 male cardinals running around, are stressing me out. But you can see right here is the elevator that you could take. You can come in and park underneath here. and the elevator's right here. Or if you have a bike, there are bikes. Now here they have the traditional like bellhop luggage carts. When we get farther in, you'll see that the luggage carts change based on like where you're at, because not all like this. So now we're kind of in the lobby area / check-in spot. Still weird about filming for people like with cast members because I don't want them to be in it. But it's a nice like big doggies bin and den area, so you can actually have a place you can sit. You can watch the TV over there if you wanted to. Some seating, pool table, nice seating. Kind of gonna love the pool table stuff and all of the crazy art, because like this resort is all about like fishing and everything else. And also, it's nice is during the morning time, they put out a little bit, they put some coffee out, which is right here. During the afternoons, they put cookies out. And that right there is a check-in area. And then they showcase some of the merchandise they have to sell at the mercantile. So then right outside, like I said, so this is Big Murgy's Den. This is the area you'll be in. This is kind of another seating area and all that stuff. Like I said, you can see there's rooms above us. Now these can be 1-bedrooms or even 2-bedroom resorts, but I do know they have a lot of deluxe studios in these rooms, especially in more of the middle part of the building. And so right now you've got building 1 right here. I want to say they count this as building 2, building 3. I'll probably have to pull up a map, but what's pretty cool is, oh, that's actually building 13. I don't think they actually have a building 1. I think they start with 11, 12, 13. But what is cool is that throughout the resort, you'll find many little things. So, like over here, you have, and this is between building 13 and the main building. This right here, you have some horseshoes that you can actually play. And what's really fun is they also give you what you can, how you play. So it's nice, and it gives you so that you can, if you don't know how to play some things, because we'll find some ones that are like, we have like bocce ball here. So, and then right underneath it also is, and this is a pretty cool mini. Last time we were here, they didn't have these, but they've put in these gas grills. We actually used one of these grills the other night when we made chicken. And if you don't have any grilling utensils, you just go up to the front desk. You get it? Everything else. So like I said, we're right behind the main check-in lobby. Some cool seating. And they do, if you like charcoal better, you do have classic charcoal. Then, as you'll see, as we travel the resort, hammocks are everywhere. Hammocks are everywhere. And then you've got a nice bench swing looking out over the water. It's a gorgeous shot in the morning. So just because we are in between, like there's a big portion here that will be between, I'm going to quickly show you guys some footage from the beach house. Now the beach house is Disney's private like house area, and what's pretty cool about this is that they do have a, I should have some footage from doing this, they have a nice pool area that is heated. All the pools here at Disney Hilton Island are heated. They have Signals, which is the quick service restaurant, which is a seasonally opened restaurant, but if you want to buy food over there, you can, because I did learn that if you go over to where the bar is, you can actually order food and everything else. And so you can actually order there, and then it comes out from Signals. Signals is only open during like the busy season when you have more cast members. Secondly, it's more busy. Just to help kind of alleviate the pressure that is on the bar area as well. And then they have this nice seating area in the back part. It's like surfmen shack or something like that. And in there they have a bunch of seating area. Once again, they actually have the cool vacation club picture spot that you can actually see and everything. And so it's really cool. That's free with being a vacation club member. Really, if you're staying on this property, it's free, because again, it is a vacation club resort. So you go over there, and then they have a little model of one of the Disney Cruise Line ships, which is actually the Dream, which is just a ship we just got off of. And they moved the pool table that was outside to inside, so that keeps it from getting damaged and weathered and everything else. So that's kind of what the beach house is. From there, there's actually a boardwalk you can take that takes you out to the beach. Now, there's no private area for the beach. Like, there's no, like, they don't provide with any chairs or umbrellas or anything. You have to bring that all yourself, which is fine, because we have, my parents have a lot of that stuff. So they also just ordered a bunch of other things. But it is nice that if you want to get away from the beach, you can just go to the beach house, get food, go to the bathroom. You can actually take towels from the beach house down to the beach So you have those, so you don't have to provide your own towels. But it just overall, the beach house is a great benefit to this. It's not like Vero Beach, like Kayla said, where you literally could walk out of your room and the beach is right there. Here, the beach is literally just a skip down the way. One of the other things that also is nice is, so we're still right outside of the lobby and check-in desk area. Right here, because you can park at this resort, is that if you are leaving to go to the beach house, they actually have a sign here, and it's magnetic. It tells you if there is parking still available over at the beach house. If there is not, they'll take this sign off and it'll say empty, so then they want you to then try to take the shuttle to and from, or take your bike over there as well. So just be mindful that if you're here during the summer season, because they said right now, it's not super busy. But they said during the summertime, like Memorial Day to Labor Day, this is one of the most popular tourist destinations here. Which makes sense. It's a beautiful island. The island's only 12 miles long. But what is cool is that if you are interested in that, you like to bike, because I see bikes right here, because you have all of these bike spots everywhere. There's over like 196 miles of like bike trails, is that what they were saying? But it's sometimes, they said in the summer it's easier just to take your bike and ride it through than try to park anywhere because of how chaotic it is. So, but continue on with the resort tour. We're gonna walk down this little gorgeous boardwalk area. So now we're coming up onto building 14 and 15. These are the buildings that we stayed in building 14 the last time we were here, because we stayed in a 2-bedroom villa. So there are 4 types of rooms here. You have deluxe studios, which is just a normal studio. You have a 1-bedroom studio, or 1-bedroom villa. And then you have 2-bedroom villas, and then you have a 3-bedroom grand villa. What we found is that the grand villa, there's only 5 of them. And I'll show you where those are kind of located and how you could tell where they are. But I will say the downside to these 2 buildings, so you do have this boardwalk right here that essentially everyone from these buildings will walk down to come down to get towards the middle part of the, get towards the Mercantile, the Big Dipper pool, and everything else. So that's where that's all at. So just be mindful that these rooms could be a little bit more noisy. But it's still, I personally, if I could stay anywhere, I would love to stay in this building at 15 again, because I love this marsh view. Plus, these have the unfair advantage, they have bigger balconies as well. So the way it's gonna work is I'm gonna end up going in between all of the different buildings to showcase what is in here. So right outside of 15, and I think this is 18, because this is our building. What's pretty cool is they have this little topiary set with Thumper, B&B, and another Hilton Head Island Resort area. And then outside of 18 and this building right here, you have cornhole. Now I think from the last time we came to now, they have adjusted, like they've added in a lot more concrete and stuff, because I don't remember this being concrete, and I wonder if that's a lot of it retaining to the fact there's another gas grill, another chalkboard grill, some seating area, and another hammock. And I love the hammocks because they have the fake turf underneath it and everything else. Bluebird. But yeah, so you have cornhole right here, and again, as I said before, they've got the different, how to do the rolls and everything else. And they also do provide all of it right here. So if you want to play cornhole, they usually provide all of the things right there. And the same thing with all the other stuff. So right here is building 18. So 18 is our building. This is where we're staying in our 2-bedroom villa, where it's fantastic. You can sleep up to 9 people. But this building has one of the grand villa rooms. And now the way you can tell is because most of the buildings will only have 2 sets of stairs going up to it. But with the grand villas, they have a middle section as well. And you can see 1 level, 2 level, 3 levels, because the grand villa is actually 2 levels high. So building 18 here has one, and it's actually 1822 is the building. And I think then there is this, this one also has one of the deluxe studios areas. So this area, we're between building 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And so between these buildings, you have more horseshoes. And so this means there's actually 2 sets of horseshoes to play with. And again, like everything else, they have all the rules and everything else to know how to play. They provide all the necessary things and everything. But in this, so building 18 has a 3-bedroom grand villa. Building 19 has a grand villa. And building 16 have a grand villa. Now the thing is you can't book these grand villas, these 3-bedroom grand villas, outright on their resort. You actually have to end up calling because they are so limited in space. And so it's like you got to make sure that you're on top of it. You got to make sure you are, you know, if you want it, you got to get it right away, everything else. But right outside of our room, like I said, our room is 1811. We're right there. Outside of this, you've got this little butterfly garden. Now, I wonder during the spring, more springish time, when everything's blooming, this is a lot nicer place to sit at. And you'll notice outside of every, like, one of these areas, they have bike racks because they do rent bikes here. I'll talk about that when we get over to the area over there, like over to the mercantile and the pool area. So then right outside of, so this is building 20, building 18. Right here, there's no walkway to it, but we tend to walk, we were walking this way, right outside of our balcony, which is right there looking over the marsh. You have another hammock, and then there is another grill right there, gas grill and charcoal grill with the seating area. Now I kind of wish they would build like maybe a small little walking way right through there, even if it was just like hard gravel, because walking through this late at night was very treacherous and kind of scary. All right, so now we are between building 22, 24, 23, 21, and 20. Now, in this area, you'll have a couple of things that are different than where the other areas are. One of the big things is you have these luggage carts. So these luggage carts, see how much different they are? It's because of the walking trail here. Like, you couldn't take a normal, like, bellhop cart through this area. So they have these, but they have these all out by the road. And we'll show you that when we get out to the road area. But between these buildings, which is literally right next to the pool, like the pool is right there. So if you wanted to be close to the pool, you want to be in one of these buildings. I would say you wouldn't want to be in like 23 or the ones that are on it because of how loud it can get. But the pool does close quite early. Like I think last night it closed at 8. I think most of the time it's been closing at 8. During the summer though, it'll be open until like 9 or 10. So it'll be open a lot later. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to be in one of those rooms. But right now we're standing on is a putting green. And this is where it's kind of nice. I didn't, you know, it's just a fun little putting green. So they do, again, provide everything over here. So they have putters, they have different balls. And what's really cool is they have this little thing that you put into the hole so you know which one you're aiming for. But what's really fun is that when you do get them, you then pull it up and it brings your ball out. So you don't have to worry about bending over. So if you're like my dad, who has trouble with his back and his hips and everything, that'll work really well for him. So to give you some waypoint, right there is 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Down this walkway takes you to 21, 22, 23, 24. So it takes you this area. And like I said, then we're going to continue on because then right around that way is the pool area. So the Broad Creek Mercantile rental and the Big Dipper pool and everything is right over there. But before we go there, we're actually gonna make a right-hand turn, go this way to show you what's behind 22 and 24. All right, just for waypoint, like I said, we were just right over there, right in the middle, right where that guy's walking, is the putting green area. Right there is the pool, mercantile, rental area. And then right back here, behind building 24, is the playground. And they do actually have a true, honest to God playground. Now, they only do limit 10 people to 10 guests per, but I've not seen very many kids running around in this because I think you have so much other things to do. There are many other things to have fun with, but it's a nice little thing. Now, I wonder how warm it does get in the summertime. And then, if you go right past it, this is like their like theater area. Now, I wonder if this is like an area where they can set up their, if they do movie nights and things like that, maybe this is something they can set it up in. Everything else, but this is where we'll meet Pluto later. In all honesty, it kind of looks more like a wedding setup than anything else. So that's kind of the funny part about that. So if you're curious, building 18, which is right there, our building, 22 and 24 overlook this. Now from our building, we can't really see because you see how dense it is, but if you're in the Grand Villa, which is that top middle section right there, you can see right over into this. But like I said, this looks like more like a wedding setup, but I do like the fact that they kind of built around this tree. But again, another really cool view of the marsh, because you're actually, technically Hilton Head's not a beachside resort, but they have this nice inlet right here of the marsh, and it actually does take you out to the ocean. If you go out, I think, that way, because that way it goes to the marina. You go that way, it takes you out to the ocean and everything else. So that's where this is. That's where the playground, the theater / everything else, kind of meet and greet area is, behind building 2224. So for some waypoint, we just came up from the playground area. This is the 2224 right here. Then you've got 23, and right here is where the entrance is into the pool and everything else, because you can actually enter the pool right here to the Big Dipper pool. So like I said, right here, and here is the pool area. It's not quite open yet, so I can't go in here. But you can see they've got like a normal pool right there. They've got the Big Dipper slide. They've got the hot tub and everything else. We'll get a better look at everything. But then you walk up to the right to get this walkway. It'll take you up to the Broad Creek Mercantile, to the Tide Me Over, and to the rentals. So we'll go right there, give you an idea of what buildings are over here for this area. So we walked up the little pathway right behind it. Right here is Tide Me Over. Tide Me Over is the small quick service here that is open from, and they say 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., but some days it's open from 7 a.m. to like later. But from 8 a.m. to 11, they do offer breakfast. And then right next to it is the Broad Creek Mercantile, which is the gift shop and everything else. Here you can buy little items, like if you need like Hot Pockets, milk, anything else of that nature, you can actually buy that here. Then off to the right, if you end up buying a reusable cup, you can actually fill your cup up here, because you can actually get the reusable cups here as well. And something last time I didn't show you was the workout facility area. You have the bend and stretch workout room and everything else. It's actually right next to this area, right into there. And I think they only have like a couple of treadmills, a couple of ellipticals, stuff like that. But that is something right there. If someone wasn't in there, I would go in there and show you guys. What also nice with this area is that if you come on up, right here, off to the right here, showcases what is happening today. Kind of like an itinerary of what they have to do. So they give you your tide times, high tide and low tide. High tide means how far up the water is. Low tide means how far the water out. This is the highest point it'll be at, so this is when it will be the closest it will be. This is when it'll be the farthest away. And so, but then on the events, they have today's happenings, events, but they always showcase today's date, what event it is, location, and the time. So it's kind of a nice, it's kind of nice to see what you can do. Now there are a lot of things that you can do. So like the Mickey wreath, I'm pretty sure you pay for. This one also probably you have to pay for, I think anything that is, so like you can tell when you get the sheet of paper when you first check in, they'll give you what you need to pay for. And if you need to pay for those, you'll actually go down these set of stairs down to the Broad Creek rental area. And actually, that's where you'll pay for everything. That's where you'll pay for everything. That's where you'll meet up with the most of that. So we'll look at that in a second.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Marvelous, man. Beautiful morning.
Yeah, it is. And then so right around the corner from there, here's some restrooms you can actually go to. Men, ladies, all that stuff. And then here's the community hall. Now I'm not going to go to the community hall because I think they have stuff always going on or they have it locked. But this is like another area where you can come in. This is somewhere where you do some of your things, like where you do some of your activities and everything else. So this is where they're going to be making the Mickey wreath this morning. And here's a good view of the pool. So like I said, this is called the Big Dipper Swimming Hole Pool. Up and around the corner is the hot tub. Pool is heated and everything else. So even though it is cooler, they will have it open. And then off to the side, they have the Little Dipper, which is the small like kids pool with like these little spitting toads. So let me look up the buildings that are in this area. So if you're going to be wanting to stay near, like right on top of the pool, you're going to be in building 23, 25, and 26. And then if you want to be close but not right on the pool, you're building 27 right there. So it's pretty cool. On the upper deck here, and this pool right here actually showcases every single Disney Vacation Club resort and how far away they are from this resort right now. So like I said, you've got Old Key West, Vero, Boardwalk, all of them many miles. The beach house 1.5 miles away, but what I do love are these two on the side. You have the villas at Disney's Grand California and Spa, 2,490 miles away, and then Alani, a Disney resort and spa in Hawaii, 4,716 miles away, which is very far away from where we're at right now. Like Like I said, we just came down the stairs from upstairs where the Mercantile, Tide Me Over, Community Hall, and the bathrooms are at, and here's the Broad Creek Rentals Bike and Bait. And so then you come over here, this is where you actually come and rent. Now what's cool is if you're into pin trading, you can pin trade here, up in the Mercantile, and up at the front desk. Me and Kayla have been pin trading like crazy the entire time we're here because this is a place where you normally don't get that many. Like you get some great pins because not many people come here. Off to the right are all these benches and everything, and this is actually where we did our tie-dye, and this is where we'll do majority of the more hands-on craft items. So like building birdhouses, doing mosaic tiles, doing the tie-dye and everything else. That's that. Then it's a nice, I like this one random seating area right here next to the ping pong table. And again, they do provide you with paddles and ping pong balls, so it's kind of nice. And if you do rent, get a towel, because if you need a towel, they actually have the towels usually right here in the Big Dipper pool, right on the right hand side. That's where you get the towels, and then you have a towel return right there as well. Now if you're like us, when we ended up getting our bikes, when we rented our bikes, you actually will get the bikes at this door, and this door will be open the entire time while they are open. And actually on the inside of it, they showcase a map of all the biking trails and everything else. Now when you come to return a bike, this is the area you return the bike in, is right in this area. And then right past it is the fire pit area. This is where we ended up having our s'mores. This is where they have the campfires. This is where they do all the other activities and everything else. So it's a really cool activity. You can see they've already cleaned it out from the last time we did it. But I do think they've added in more seating, but I'm not really sure what this is. Almost like more parking and stuff like that for the cast members and stuff to get around and all that stuff. So now we're going to quickly walk down the pier right here. This is like the North Point Pier or something, whatever I can't remember the exact name of it. We're going to walk down here and give you an idea of what you can see, and also some cool picture opportunities if you're into that. Oh, this is the fishing pole pier, not the North, this is the fishing pole pier. So you can actually come out here if you have a fishing pole and stuff, and actually go out here and actually fish. So it's really cool. Now, this is something I really wanted to do, but we never got around to doing it and all that stuff. But this is really a nice area. So, and also you have little areas where you can put your pole into, so it stays. But if you are interested to know where the best pictures to take, is actually right here. So the other night I came out here and I came out and took a time lapse of the sunset. And if I'm smart, I'll put that in really quick. Because if you're right here, this is almost like perfectly. It goes right down the middle. But then I also took a really good picture on this camera, which is my Canon. And it's actually turned out beautiful. So if you want to see the sunset, this is a great spot to come out to watch. The only thing I would tell you is make sure you do have your bug spray, because you get eaten alive out here. But then if you turn around to the other side, it's a great place to also watch the sunrise. And you can see the sunrise is usually right about there. Just can't see it this morning because of the cloud cover. So, but it kind of gives you an idea of how big the property is. It's not a very big property, but it does fit in very well. So like, you have that resort over there, you can tell that's a resort right there. But as you turn, right here's the edge of the Hilton Head property, all the way around, all the way down to there's the edge. Kind of fits in, kind of just, it's very kind of quiet, fits in. It's a absolutely gorgeous resort. Though we kind of just say that the rooms do probably need to be updated or refurbished a little bit, but nothing like horribly bad. But, so, if you are curious, that is building 23, that's 24, that's where the playground area is, right over there. Then right behind the little dense area, that is where the theater area is, that's where Pluto will be meeting later. So I will tell you, one of the things you want to make sure you do is that if you are either looking to book this resort, either through just normal booking, like through the website, or through DVC, you have to do it very early. This resort sells out very, very fast. It only has 123 total rooms here. In comparison, the All-Star, Pop Century have these many rooms. Same thing with like some of the other like maybe like Old Key West is a great example. Maybe in Wilderness Lodge. I'll put up all those room comparisons. Gives you an idea of how little rooms there are here. Because you mostly have your 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom villas here. Because of like the way it's designed. Because it's not like traditional Disney resorts. So, but you have to do it pretty early. Like I think we booked this. My mom booked it with points in August, July or August. I can't remember. but it ended up using up all her points. But like nightly, it can be anywhere from $200 to $300 a night. So you always have to make sure if you want to do it, you got to commit early to get yourself a good spot. Plus to make sure you actually get a room, because there is no guarantee you can get a room later on. All right, just for a waypoint, we're currently heading this way. This is the last cluster of buildings here at Hilton Head. So we just came from this area. So this is where the Mercantile, that's where the pier is, that's where the rental is, this is where the pool is. There's no entrance right here for the pool, so you have to go underneath. And then so the last cluster of rooms, the buildings we are in, is we are in 26, 27, 29, 31, 30, 28. So it's 27, 28, 26. So big variety. This is again another one of your last big groupings of buildings and everything else. Most of the buildings you're going to end up either facing out towards the marsh, or you're going to be facing in towards the middle section right here. Now I guarantee these middle ones will be a lot cheaper, but if you're interested, this is also where you find two more of your grand villas. So this is building 28. 28, yep, 28. So 28 and 30 have two more of the grand villa suites, which makes 5 total of those 3-bedroom grand villa suites. So if you're interested where those are, that's where they're going to be, the closest to the road and everything else. But between these sets of buildings, you have a lot more. You have actually quite a lot. So here you have bocce ball, which I have no idea what it is. So this is what would be a good example. Like, I don't know what bocce ball is, so I'd have to come over here, learn the rules and everything. But again, provide all the stuff. It's all on a nice carpeted, like almost carpeted area. But also again, you have giant chess, checkers, another grill, another hammock, and then there is an emergency phone if you need to use the phone for something, and all that. So kind of all the buildings are all kind of where all the buildings are. Again, then again, more luggage carts right outside of building 29. So like I said, that is the Grand Villa. You can see based on that, it's got 3 bedrooms. It can sleep up to 15 people, I think is what it said. But again, you cannot rent those outright through the resort, like on the website. You actually have to go out and like call them to get that. So then you've got building 31 and 29, and they got this little pathway right here. I'm not sure where exactly it takes you. Oh, it takes you to another bench swing. I'm gonna be quiet because I know the people are out here. It takes you out to another bench swing, which is right there. Another hammock. Now, actually, there's actually 2 hammocks. I will tell you what though, I would love to be in these rooms. And I think majority of the rooms are 2-bedroom villas. So that is a nice place right there. A lot of these areas are also parking for the Disney golf carts and stuff like that. And with that, you kind of just did the entire straight through walking of the property. So now we're kind of out to the parking lot area. It's not very much parking, so be mindful of that, but it is just enough parking that it seems to be okay. So we're actually going to continue walking on down this way so you guys can see. So this is where one of the grand villas are in building 30. More bike racks. But we keep walking down this way till we get back to where my building is, and then we'll call it for there. So I never gave you the exact name for this marina. So this marina is called Shelter Cove. And even though the resort says it's a private, no pets, there is the boat docks right here that actually people will park their personal boats, yachts, all that stuff will be over here. And actually the dogs can walk up and down this walkway. What we did find out is someone said that all of those buildings over there, those are condos to rent, and they are pet friendly. So something we may look into just because we have our dogs, and it'd be kind of fun to bring them because our golden retriever and our corgi love the beach. But right outside of 30, and I want to say 29, it's another luggage cart return area, but there are no luggage carts. Just maybe some are broken or they're all on the other side. So if you're over on this side, you can always ask, or you can find one just by like going around and looking. And it's like I said, you can always tell the Grand Villas based on the fact that they have 3 sets of staircases. All the others only have 2 sets, but the ones with the Grand Villas only have 3. So right there will take you all the way up to the 3-bedroom Grand Villa. Personally, I would love to stay in one of the 3-bedroom grand villas, just for the sole reason I can show you guys what it looks like, but also just to see what the space looks like, because there is a set of stairs in it that take you up to the 2 like standard rooms, like kind of what we have in ours, where you have the main master bedroom, the living quarters, and then the standard deluxe room with the 2 queen beds. So I would love to see that space, but also just like there's a fireplace in it and everything else. I don't think we would leave. Look, more luggage carts. So these are more of those luggage carts, like I said. But like I said, we're currently outside of building, I want to say 25, right here. All the parking. So all the parking is going to be on the outer side near the Shelter Cove Marina area. So if you're farther inwards of the resort, you'll have to walk a little bit farther, like kind of what we did, but it's still not super far walk from the car to our room. 2-minute walk at most. This squirrel is making a lot of noise, and I'm not sure why. And the reason I show you this is nothing more than just to understand how absolutely stinking gorgeous this resort is, but also just walking around, just listen for the noises. Unless you have a screaming squirrel. But yeah, so like I said, we park along here most of the time, but I do love this tree. Most people, what they do is that for years and years and years, they come through and they will come over and they will take a picture sitting on this tree as a family. You almost kind of do it the other way, so you have the buildings in the background. But there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys before I call it, to show you guys one more like free recreational thing you can do. Another thing I also wanted to let you guys know is that you can rent certain items that you need. So like if you're going to be grilling, you can get grill utensils up at the front desk. If you want board games, you can actually go to the front desk and rent those there as well. If you are like us and we go through a lot of coffee and you need coffee, you can actually go back up to the front desk, tell them you need coffee, and they'll give you as much coffee as you need, because you don't get rooms, you don't get in-room service every single day. So it doesn't mean like like at Disney resorts, every day they'll come in and they will remake your bed, replace your towels, anything else of that nature. Here, they don't do that. Same thing with a lot of the other Disney Vacation Club resorts. They don't do that every single day. So something to keep in mind. But also, you can actually rent movies here as well. Every room comes with a, a DVD player. The TVs aren't smart. This is why we think they need a refurbishment. But if you would like to rent any DVDs, you can actually go up to the Mercantile and rent those. And they're 2-day rentals. Now for us, I was able to watch Spider-Man Far From Home, because I still haven't finished those series. It's impossible to find them. And you get it for 2 days, all that nature and that stuff. So that's something I really, really recommend checking out if you can. And the very last thing I want to show you guys is they do have a basketball court here, and they do have a little net that goes right behind it. So this is right outside of building 16, right here. It's right next to one of the grand villas, and they do provide basketball. So if you would like to play, you can. And I'm not going to even try to shoot a basket, because I will airball it and somehow hit someone's car, because that's just the kind of luck I have. All right, so with that last bit of which showed the basketball court and everything else, I am going to go ahead and call it for the resort tour, because like I said, it's not a very big resort. It's not like touring a cruise ship, because a cruise ship took me way longer to record than this, but I thoroughly think this is an amazing resort. The only other resort I still want to go to that I haven't been to is Vero Beach. And I think that's our plan, is to do that this year. So if you guys want to help us out to go to Vero Beach, let us in the comments down, or in the description, head on over to our PayPal, and if you donate some money, we will dedicate any of our trips or anything else that we do to you guys who do end up donating to us. Maybe help us one day afford to stay in one of the grand villas. I don't know. But overall, hopefully you guys enjoyed the tour. It's a gorgeous resort. Let me know in the comments, have you stayed here before, and what do you think? Or if you want to stay here, let me know. So if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments down below. But with that, unfortunately, it is our last day here, so I have to go finish getting packing. So with all that being said, as I do head on out from the Disney Hilton Head Island Resort tour, I will see y'all next time.